Hey everyone, it's Zhao from Blockchain DXB and today's the 29th of April 2024 and looks like guys the price of Bitcoin is definitely not heading towards the moon, and in just few days guys, Jerome Powell will be making a decision whether to increase the interest rate hike, keep it the same or reduce it. Now what happened last week guys is that there was a report that got published and looks like the US economy is not doing pretty well. So what I'll do is guys, on the 2nd of May, I'll go ahead and discuss more about that report and also the impact of the decision that Jerome Powell will be doing. Now in today's episode guys, we do have a massive news, and that is regarding Consensys, and they are suing the United Securities and Exchange Commission. So we'll go ahead and discuss what the implications of that are. To be honest guys, the implication not just ends there, it definitely has a massive impact on the broader cryptocurrency system. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that. Now the second news guys also has to do with regulations and legislations in the US. And CZ guys, the founder of Binance and the former CEO, looks like he might be facing prison time. So it looks like this time unfortunately CZ is not safe. So I'll go ahead and explain what this news is all about. Now look guys, on the 20th of April we did have a massive event so far as Bitcoin is concerned, and that was Bitcoin halving. Now unfortunately the prices have gone down, but there is an interesting report that has been published that talks about ordinals on Bitcoin blockchain or NFTs minted on Bitcoin blockchain, and they're definitely reaching the all-time high, and at the moment guys they are currently at number 4th, only behind Ethereum, Solana and Ronin. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. Now look guys, if you're a Bitcoin maximalist, I really am not sure whether you're liking this news, because now we have ordinal inscriptions and we also have Rune as well, isn't it? And does this take away of this whole notion of Bitcoin being sound money? Let me know guys what your thoughts are regarding this. Now finally guys, we have some unfortunate news, and that is to do with NFTs, and this news has to do with Bored Ape Yacht Club's creator, that is Yuga Labs, and unfortunately guys, looks like they're laying off quite a lot of people. Now look guys, the NFT hype has definitely died down, and so far as Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs are concerned guys, they have fallen well below 90% since its peak. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on that news. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, and like we do in every Crypto and Coffee a Day podcast, we're going to be discussing two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is definitely a massive news, and that is to do with DMCC, that is Dubai Multi-Commodity Center, and they hosted a trade show in Japan to drive growth in Web3, artificial intelligence and even gaming. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this news. Now look guys, if you're someone trying to build something in the space, DMCC is definitely the place to go, and they also have DMCC Crypto Center. Now if you do need any further information guys, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now the second news guys has to do with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and this is to do with artificial intelligence, and some of the business leaders at World Economic Forum guys did actually state that Saudi Arabia is at the forefront of artificial intelligence. Now look guys, I keep saying this, when it comes to artificial intelligence, Saudi Arabia might just turn out to be the leader, not just in the Middle East, but probably in the entire world. And guys, what I did is on my episode that I released on Friday, I went ahead and explained what artificial intelligence is, what are the different types of artificial intelligence, and I also got and explained some of the positives of artificial intelligence, the dangers for artificial intelligence, and how politicians can use artificial intelligence in a positive and in a negative way. And with the US elections coming up, what role can artificial intelligence play? So please feel free to go and check out the episode guys. I released it last week, and it is called as AI Frontier DXB. Now so far as today's episode is concerned guys, we definitely have quite a lot of covers in it. So let's get started with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee at 8, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee at 8 has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee at 8. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee at 8, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee a Day, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Tough Mudder Arabia, guys, they are putting some really iconic events in the Middle East, and there is one final event of the season that takes place on the 20th of April in the iconic location called as Al Marjan in Ras Al Khaimah. And the final event of the season, guys, is not going to be an ordinary event. They're going to be having some really cool obstacles. And so far as Tough Mudder is concerned, guys, they create hardcore obstacle courses designed to test your all-round strength, stamina and mental grit. And with the most innovative courses and millions of participants all around the world, it is the premier challenge series in the world. Now look at Tough Mudder Arabia, they did put out, if not one of the biggest events in the world of obstacle course race, and they did that with the highest prize money in the history of obstacle course race. And what better way to end the series by having one final event on the 20th of April in the iconic location. Now look, guys, one of my goals is to complete 100 Tough Mudder, and I'm very close to getting there. Now if you want to go ahead and sign up for this event, the registration link is in the show notes below. So what are you waiting for, guys? Get your friends, get your family members, get your colleagues. The link to the registration for Tough Mudder Arabia on the 20th of April is in the show notes below. And if you go through the link, guys, there is a cool discount code mentioned in the show notes below as well. So hopefully, guys, I see you at the Tough Mudder event. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild, but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gulf Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now if you look at the fear and greed index guys, from greed, it has actually gone down to neutral. And when you talk about fear and greed index guys, it is always associated with a number. And today the number is 57. So depending on the announcement done by Jerome Powell, I'm pretty much sure guys it'll definitely go down, or it could go back to greed as well, isn't it? Now so far as the global cryptocurrency market is concerned guys, it is at $2.36 trillion. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.14%. Now, if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume, guys, it is definitely not looking good. It is only at $50.66 billion. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 10.24%. Now, unfortunately, guys, one matrix which I really am not liking is that of decentralized finance. And the 24-hour volume is only at $4.84 billion. And decentralized finance as of today is accounting for only 7.69% of the total cryptocurrency market 24-hour volume. Now what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, go to defilama.com and you can check these numbers yourself. And truth be told guys, this number should have been at least double or maybe 3 times of what it is. Because when you talk about Web 3.0 guys, DeFi should be the one that should be dominating, isn't it? That is definitely not the case. Unfortunately guys, it is stable coins. That is what is dominating the market. Now look guys, I definitely don't like stable coins. Keeping in mind why Bitcoin was invented, because look guys, stablecoin issuers, they can definitely go ahead and censor and freeze your transactions. As a matter of fact guys, last week I talked about Tether USDT, where they openly said that they will definitely go ahead and freeze accounts that was connected to Venezuelan oil company, and that was because of UN sanctions, isn't it? So these are factors you need to think about as well. Now before we look at the 24-hour volume of stablecoins guys, let me quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges. Now Uniswap's volume is at $1.76 billion, but what happened guys is few weeks ago, the United Securities and Exchange Commission, they did serve Wells notice to Uniswap Labs, isn't it? Now what Uniswap has decided to do is guys, they have gone ahead and decided to increase the transaction fees, and because of that guys, the transaction volume has actually gone down. Now look guys, the answer to increase the transaction fees is pretty simple. They want to go ahead and fight against the United Securities and Exchange Commission, but my big question is, did the community decide to go ahead and increase the transaction fees, or was it done by a centralized entity? Most likely it is the latter, isn't it? And that, to be honest, is definitely not ideal when you talk about peer-to-peer electronic cash system, isn't it? So these are things, guys, at a macro level definitely does not put a good picture so far as cryptocurrency is concerned, isn't it? Now the number second, guys, so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned is PancakeSwap, and its volume is $693.31 million. Radium, guys, is at number third, and its 24-hour volume is $385.73 million. Core Finance is at number 4th, and its volume is $300.37 million. And Phoenix, guys, is at number 5th at $187 million. Now look, guys, if you're one of the listeners who is using Radium, Core Finance or Phoenix on a daily basis, please drop me an email, because what I want to do is, guys, I want to have a quick chat and I want to get some information just regarding your user experience. So please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now let's quickly run through the volume of stablecoins, guys, because unfortunately the numbers are definitely not looking good. Now granted, guys, we're looking at these numbers in the early hours in Dubai, so technically it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries, so you need to factor this into consideration as well. And hopefully towards the later part of the day, the number actually increases. Now so far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned, guys, it is at $45.41 billion, and stablecoins as of today is accounting for 89.62% of the total cryptocurrency market volume, and Tether USDT, guys, is leading the pack with $36.23 billion, followed by FDUSD, and its volume is $4.24 billion, and finally, guys, Circle USDC, its volume is $4.01 billion. Now let me very quickly run through the market cap, 24-hour trading volume and dominance between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now look, guys, based on the announcement by Jerome Powell, I wouldn't be surprised if the market cap does actually go below the $1 trillion mark. But look, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world is absolutely unpredictable, isn't it? Now so far as the market cap of Ethereum is concerned, surprisingly, guys, it has actually gone up, and today it is at $400 billion. So it looks like some of the traders are anticipating a massive movement in the price of Ethereum because of news surrounding Ethereum ETF, isn't it? And guys, on the 30th of April, Hong Kong will definitely be approving an Ethereum as well as a Bitcoin spot ETF as well. Now traders, guys, are definitely looking at these numbers. Now so far as the 24-hour trading volume is concerned, guys, as of today, 29th of April, Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is $17.42 billion, whereas Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is $11.42 billion. Now let me very quickly run through the dominance, because Bitcoin's dominance, guys, has marginally gone down since the last 2 weeks. Today it is at 52.89%, whereas Ethereum's dominance has pumped up, and today it is at 17.07%. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, in the next few days how these numbers actually reflect, because on one hand we have a macro level news that could actually pull down the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and on the other hand from Hong Kong we do have a positive news, and that is regarding an approval of Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF, isn't it? And that should actually pump up the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now look, guys, if you're a trader, you definitely need to be aware of these news. Now in today's episode, guys, let me very quickly run through the decentralized apps that are working only on Ethereum blockchain. Now what you can do is, guys, go to dappradar.com and you can select relevant blockchain protocols, and then you can go ahead and select relevant dApps that are working on relevant blockchain. Now in today's episode, I'll go ahead and look at Ethereum, and in tomorrow's episode, I'll look at Solana, and the following day, I'll try to look at something else. Now the number one decentralized app, guys, working on Ethereum is no longer Uniswap, it is Balancer. And what I'm looking at, guys, is the fiat value of incoming token transfers from unique active wallets to decentralized app smart contract over a period of time, and most likely that is 24 hours, isn't it? Now Balancer, guys, its volume is $2.92 billion. The second one, guys, probably for the very first time I'm seeing, is Uniswap version 3, as it always used to be at number 1, but looks like because the SEC serving Wells notice and because of the increase in transaction fees, the volume in terms of dollar amount has gone down, isn't it? And today it is at $2.80 billion. The third one is 1inch Network. In terms of dollar amount, guys, that is $234.23 million. Fourth one, guys, is Uniswap version 2. In terms of dollar amount, it is only at $163.29 million. And finally, guys, at number 5th is COW Swap. In terms of dollar amount, it is a little shy of $100 million. It is at $99.31 million. Now, guys, look, because there is so much of drama going on between US Security and Exchange Commission and let's say Uniswap and even Consensys, what I want to do is, guys, I want to go ahead and explain, guys, what is it that the US Security and Exchange Commission is looking at when they're determining what is a security and what is a commodity. So in US, guys, they have something called as Harvey test. So what I'll do is, guys, first is I'll go ahead and explain what the Harvey test is, which is pretty simple. Then I'll go ahead and connect it as to how it is relevant in context of cryptocurrency and blockchain. And finally, guys, I'll go ahead and discuss, can Ethereum switching from proof of work to proof of stake make it a security or a commodity? Now look, guys, the answer to this is really great at this point of time. It is only the legislations and the regulations that will decide, and this we'll find out, guys, as and when we get some update regarding the US Securities and Exchange Commission versus the Ethereum Foundation case, isn't it? And also with the drama between the US Securities and Exchange Commission and Uniswap. So what I want to do is, guys, I want to go ahead and explain what the Harvey test is. Now, really, I'm not sure, guys, if other countries do follow something similar to Harvey test, but I'm pretty much sure they copy-paste what US does, isn't it? Now, so far as the Harvey test is concerned, guys, it is a legal test established by the United States Supreme Court in the case of SEC versus W.J. Harvey Co. going back to 1946, and it is used to determine whether a transaction qualifies as an investment contract and thus falls under the jurisdiction of the US security laws. Now look, so far as cryptocurrency is concerned, at this point of time it is not sure if it is the CFTC who has the authority to determine if a particular token, protocol or project is a security or commodity, or if it is the Securities and Exchange Commission, and that's where a lot of the tech founders and advocates of cryptocurrencies are upset about, because at this point of time there is no clarification. Now so far as Harvey test is concerned, guys, there are four main criterias. The first one is investment of money, the second one is common enterprise, the third one is expectation of profits, and the fourth one is derived from the efforts of others. So let me go ahead and very briefly touch base on this point, guys, because when you talk about investment of money, this means that the investor provides money or some form of value in exchange for an investment opportunity. So far as common enterprise is concerned, the investor's money is pulled in with the money of others, and profits are generated from the efforts of a promoter or third party. The success of the investment typically depends on the efforts of someone other than the investor. The third one is expectation of profits, and investors expect to make a profit from the investment, typically through the efforts of others. This profit does not necessarily have to be in the form of cash. It could be in any kind of return or benefit. Now look, so far as the SEC versus Ripple case is concerned, what happened in January, guys, Ripple did go ahead and ask for contractual agreement that Ripple had with institutional investors, and looks like, guys, based on that, there might be indication that Ripple may have convinced institutional investors that they will be benefited or profited by it. Those are my personal opinions, to be honest. I could be miserably wrong on this. Now the fourth point, guys, is derived from the efforts of others. And what the Harvey test states is that the profits are generated from the efforts of a promoter or third party. In other words, guys, the investor is relying on someone else's work to generate returns. Now, so far as the Harvey test is concerned, it is really important to note, guys, that if a transaction meets all four criteria of the Harvey test, it is considered as an investment contract and subject to US security laws unless an exemption applies. And this test is crucial in determining whether certain types of investments, such as cryptocurrencies or token sales, fall under the security regulations. Now the big question, guys, is how is this linked to cryptocurrency and blockchain world? So let me go ahead and try to give my explanation. Now the Harvey test, guys, is highly relevant in the context of cryptocurrency and blockchain because it helps regulators and market participants determine whether a particular cryptocurrency or token offering qualifies as a security under the US security laws. So let me go ahead and touch base on 5 areas, guys. The first one is token offerings. The second one is the key differentiation between utility tokens versus security tokens. The third one is decentralized finance or DeFi. The fourth one is regulatory compliance. And finally, guys, legal clarity and investor protection. Now, so far as token offerings is concerned, we have ICOs, we have security token offerings, and we even have IEOs, that is initial exchange offerings, isn't it? Now, many cryptocurrency projects, guys, raise funds by selling tokens to investors through various types of offerings such as ICOs, that is initial coin offerings, security token offerings, or IEOs, that is initial exchange offerings. Now the Harvey test helps determine whether these token sales constitute the offerings of securities. Now the second point is regarding utility token versus security tokens. Now the distinction between utility token and security token, guys, is extremely crucial. Utility token provides access to a products or services within a blockchain ecosystem, but so far security tokens is concerned, they represent an investment in project with an expectation of profit, and the Harvey test helps clarify whether a token is more akin to a security or a utility based on the characteristics and the circumstances of its sale. Now look, so far security token offering is concerned, this is what Larry Fink, the CEO of BlackRock, wants the entire world to focus on, and when he talks about tokenization, he's talking about security token offerings. Now look, guys, if you're someone who's relatively new in the space, you definitely need to go ahead and check out security token offering. And the best example, guys, I'd recommend to look at is the issuers of Tether USDT, that is Bitfinex. There was a massive, huge drama, and that is kind of one of the first projects that did actually issue a security token offering. So definitely go ahead and have a look at that. Now the third one, guys, is decentralized finance. Now look guys, in the rapidly evolving world of decentralized finance, where various financial services are provided without traditional intermediaries, the Howey test can help assess whether DeFi protocols or even tokens fall under security regulations, and this is the drama between Uniswap and SEC right now, isn't it? Now so far as regulatory compliance is concerned, understanding whether cryptocurrency token offering is subject to security regulations is extremely crucial for regulatory compliance. And look guys, if a token offering is deemed to be a security under the Howey test, it must comply with registration requirements or qualify for exemptions under security laws. Now look guys, whether you like Gary Gensler or not, one thing I have to say that Gary Gensler has requested people, if they have any doubts, to go ahead and contact them, and the SEC will go ahead and provide clarification and more information. But based on the podcast that I'm listening guys, what Coinbase Consensys are saying is that when they actually do that, they do not get any information from Gary Gensler or SEC, so I really am not sure whom to believe, to be honest. Now so far as legal clarity and investor protection is concerned, applying the Howey test provides legal clarity and also helps protect investors by subjecting certain cryptocurrency offerings to regulatory oversight, and this oversight guys can include disclosure requirements, investor protection, and enforcement against fraudulent or non-compliant projects. So look guys, overall the Howey test serves as a foundational framework for assessing the regulatory status of cryptocurrencies and even blockchain-based assets, helping to navigate the complex intersection of technology, finance, and law in the rapidly evolving space. Now look guys, as long as you understand this, you get a better understanding of what the Howey test is, isn't it? Now the big drama going on right now regarding Ethereum Foundation and SEC is that what the SEC is saying, ever since Ethereum switched from proof of work to proof of stake, because the miners are now getting rewards, they are kind of like interest, and that is one of the reasons why what SEC is saying now is that the Ethereum working on the proof of stake is the securities. Now look guys, the biggest drama to that is, can the SEC go ahead and determine this, or should it be the CFTC? That is the biggest question, to be honest. Now look guys, at this point of time the answer is not crystal clear, as and when we get some updates, only then we can tell, isn't it? So let me go ahead and share my thoughts and opinion regarding this, because the transition of commodities into securities due to rewards perceived through proof of stake mechanism is an interesting topic, and in the context of Howey test guys, let me go ahead and explain how this could potentially happen. Now look guys, in a proof of stake system, participants are rewarded with additional tokens for validating transactions and securing the network, isn't it? And if these rewards meet the criteria of the Howey test, that is investment of money, expectation of profits, common enterprise, derived from the efforts of others, they could potentially be considered investment contracts and thus securities. The so far as common enterprise and efforts of others is concerned, if the proof of stake rewards are generated from the efforts of a centralized entity or a group of developers who maintain and update the protocol, it could satisfy the common enterprise and derive from the efforts of others criteria of the Howey test. This is especially relevant in cases where the development team has significant control over the network's operation and governance, and so far as expectation of profits is concerned guys, participants in proof of stake system often expect to earn profit through the accumulation of additional tokens or rewards, and if these rewards guys are substantial, and if that is the primary motivation for participation, they could meet the expectation of profits criteria for the Howey test. Now so far as regulatory implications is concerned guys, if proof of stake rewards are deemed to be investment contracts and thus securities, they could be subject to security regulations in jurisdictions like United States, and this could have significant regulatory implications for proof of stake network, including registration requirements, disclosure obligations, and potential restrictions on who can participate in the network validation. And look guys, the classification of proof of stake rewards as securities would ultimately depend on legal interpretation of enforcement actions by regulatory authorities, and different jurisdictions may have various approaches to regulating proof of stake systems, and the classifications, to be honest guys, could evolve over time as legal frameworks adapt to new technologies, isn't it? Now overall guys, proof of stake rewards could potentially meet the criteria of investment contracts and be classified as securities, and the actual classification would depend on specific facts and circumstances as well as interpretation by regulatory authorities. Now look guys, at this point of time really I'm not sure whether Ethereum is a security or not. Only time will tell, I guess. Now if you guys do have any further information guys, mention them in the comments below or drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And the price of Bitcoin guys is $63,167. Since the last 24 hours it is actually down by 0.75%, and even since the last 7 days guys it is down by 2.85%. Ethereum guys is marginally picked up pace, it is up by 0.52%, and today it is at $3,273. And since the last 7 days guys, it is up by 3.74%. And this definitely reflects with the dominance as well, isn't it? Because what happened the week before, guys, Ethereum's dominance was on a downtrend, but looks like since the last few days the dominance is definitely picking up. Now, so far as Binance BNB is concerned, guys, it is at $601, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 0.50%. Since the last 7 days it is up by 3.29%. Now look, guys, I'm really curious to check on the 30th of April when the judge decides the sentencing of CZ, what kind of an impact will it have on Binance BNB. I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if the price would definitely crash, so keep an eye on what the judge says regarding CZ. Now, guys, let's discuss some drama between Consensys and the US Security and Exchange Commission. And Consensys, guys, they have decided to sue the US Security and Exchange Commission, and they want to defend the US Ethereum community. Now look, guys, as much as I dislike saying this definitely looks like a very centralized decision, isn't it? Now, so far as Consensys is concerned, guys, in Dubai in D3, that is Dubai Design District 3, Consensys did have an office going back to 2016. I really am not sure if they still have the office over there, but back in the day I used to go there and attend a couple of meetings as well. Now, so far as this news is concerned, guys, the lawsuit against the SEC challenges the attempt to regulate global peer-to-peer computer networks like Ethereum, arguing that it has overstepped its authority. Now, the SEC's insistence on controlling Ethereum undermines its decentralized nature and definitely harms developers as well, market participants, and the US economy. Now, according to Consensys, guys, by redefining legal standards, the SEC aims to claim oversight over Ethereum, threatening technological advancement and stablecoin policies, and if successful, guys, this regulatory overreach could devastate the cryptocurrency industry, leading to job losses and economic damage. So look, guys, the outcome of this will definitely have a massive impact not just on Ethereum but for the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem, isn't it? Now, if you go to the Consensys website, guys, that is consensys.io, it gives you reason as to why they are suing the SEC, and what Consensys is saying is that the SEC has no authority, nor should it, to regulate global peer-to-peer computer network, and the SEC's aggressive overreach into commodity software and these novel technologies and platforms is unlawful, and that is one of the reasons why they are taking this action. Now, according to the website, guys, what they are saying is that the SEC insists that Ethereum, a decentralized network that allows people to control their own finances, identity, and information, must be centralized and beholden to SEC or not to be accessible in the US at all. Its position and resulting actions undermine the global Ethereum system and negatively impact developers, market participants, the state of Texas, and the US at large. And look, guys, because of this, Consensys is deciding to fight back. And what they are saying, guys, is the Security and Exchange Commission is currently reframing its authority by redefining legal standards in everyday language in order to claim oversight of Ethereum computer programming ecosystem. And they're also saying that if the SEC has its way, then all the work that the Congress and other agencies such as the Federal Reserve and Treasury have done on stablecoins is effectively dead, thereby destroying a well-established US policy priority and giving the advantage in technological advancements to countries outside of the US. Now look, guys, if you're someone from the Chinese government, you would definitely want the SEC to go after Ethereum, isn't it? Now, so far as the reasoning as to why Consensys is suing SEC, guys, they've also mentioned in the website that this is just the latest example of aggressive SEC regulatory overreach into sectors far beyond US capital markets, and the SEC has decided to regulate environment policies and corporate governance, that is the board of directors, and now they want to regulate the technological advancement of internet as well. And what they're finally saying, guys, that as of July of 2023, the cryptocurrency industry includes 190,000 direct employees, with 29% of them based in US. And look, as if the SEC succeeds in designating Ether as a security, companies and developers would see years of work squandered and billions of dollars of economic destroyed that could potentially lead to widespread layoffs of American workers. So look, guys, this news has definitely a massive impact, not just on Ethereum, but also on the US economy and the broader cryptocurrency spaces in it. So we definitely need to go and check what is going on. Now look, guys, the only thing I would say, when you're looking at this particular case, don't necessarily look at information only from a cryptocurrency advocate's point of view, because when you look at podcasts or YouTubes and look at only information what cryptocurrency advocates are saying, they are but always going to give only one side of the story, isn't it? So we definitely need to go and listen to things what the SEC is saying and look at a balanced view. Those are my honest thoughts, to be honest. Now, guys, let's discuss some news regarding the founder of Binance and the former CEO of Binance, that is CZ. And looks like CZ is not safer, and the founder of Binance, guys, may face up to 3 years in prison for money laundering violation, and prosecutors, guys, are seeking a harsher sentence than the guidelines actually recommend due to the severity of violation. Now look guys, Binance has admitted to evading anti-money laundering rules and has agreed to pay a $4.32 billion penalty as well. And guys, listen, while I was trying to read through this news, CZ has gone ahead and sent a couple of letters to the judge, and in that letter, guys, he's also talked about his family and quite a lot of other things. Now, really, I'm not sure if that will play any impact so far as reducing the charges is concerned, because look, he's already paid the fee of $4.32 billion, isn't it? But look, guys, the prosecutors are accusing Binance of facilitating transactions with terrorist groups and supporting illegal activities, and despite CZ's cooperation and fines, prosecutors emphasize the harm that has already been caused. So look guys, it's going to be really interesting to see on the 30th of April what the sentencing is and what kind of an impact will it have on Binance BNB coin, to be honest. So tomorrow guys, definitely stay tuned to that news. Now guys, let's discuss some interesting metrics, and that has to do with NFTs on Bitcoin blockchain. And NFTs guys that are minted on Bitcoin blockchain have been dominating since its inception, and right now they are accounting for more than 44% of sales. And a recent statistics from the last 30 days do actually reveal that 4 of the top 5 best-selling NFT collections all stem from Bitcoin blockchain. And according to data from cryptoslam.io, Bitcoin-based NFTs have amassed $3.43 billion in total sales, positioning Bitcoin in 4th position, and they are right behind Ethereum, Solana, and Ronin. Now look guys, if you want to go and check this out, the link is published via bitcoin.com, and it is in the show notes below. Now guys, let's discuss some unfortunate news, and that is regarding Yuga Labs and Bored Ape Yacht Club creator guys, that is Yuga Labs. They are restructuring with an aim to get back to smaller, scrappier early days, and Yuga Labs creator Bored Ape Yacht Club guys is restructuring and implementing layoffs to return to its smaller, more agile roots. And the new CEO guys, that is Greg Solano, announced the decision via Twitter, and he cited a need to refocus and prioritize excellence. Now at this point of time guys, the extent of the layoff is undisclosed, but I'd definitely recommend you to follow him on Twitter, or now call us X. Now regarding this news guys, there is an article which is published by Decrypt that actually states that the NFTs of Bored Ape Yacht Club recently fell to a price that's 90% less than its peak. And guys, I was going through Justin Bieber's NFT as well. It has gone down from, I believe, $2 million to less than $10,000. That is definitely not ideal, isn't it? And Yuga Labs guys has yet to launch on the site, despite multiple brief test events, and the company sold off some of its created gaming earlier this month as well, and they did that in an effort to refocus and streamline. Now it's really bizarre and strange guys that the price of Bitcoin is heading towards the moon, and some of the OGs of NFTs, that is Bored Ape Yacht Club, their prices are going down, and they're actually forcing to make people redundant, isn't it? These are the crazy world of cryptocurrency, to be honest. So these were the newscasts on the cryptocurrency and blockchain world. Now let's look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news guys is regarding DMCC, that is Dubai Multi-Commodity Center, and they have hosted trade shows in Japan to drive growth in Web3, artificial intelligence and gaming as well. So let me go ahead and give out more information regarding this guys, because DMCC, as you know, stands for Dubai Multi-Commodity Center, and they just wrapped up the very first Made for Trade Lab roadshow in Japan. And guess what guys, they were all about showcasing Dubai as a go-to spot for companies in gaming, artificial intelligence and Web3 as well. Now listen guys, DMCC has already hosted over 80 Japanese companies that are making up about 24% of all Japanese business in UAE. And during this roadshow guys, big names like Psy Games, Next Ninja and Square Phoenix also got the lowdown on why Dubai is the place to be. Now it's all part of the growing relationship between UAE and Japan, and with the trade volume shooting to 57.2% in 2022, it actually reached a volume of $54.4 billion. Now this is definitely a lot of money, isn't it? And DMCC guys definitely sees tons of potential for Japanese companies to grow in Dubai even more. And thanks to the prime location connecting them to booming markets, Ahmad Bil Suleiman, the top boss guy from DMCC, was talking about the untapped opportunities in Japan and how Dubai plans to roll out the red carpet for even more. And guys, there are also initiatives called a CPSI, that is Comprehensive Strategic Planning Initiative, and the Japan and UAE Coordination Scheme for Advanced Technology, also called as JACAT, and they all set to make both sides win with data and cash. Now look guys, so far as Dubai is concerned, Dubai has a special something, isn't it, where they attract businesses from all over the world, and DMCC's roadshow program guys is all about making news and headways, thereby attracting more businesses. And so far as international business is concerned guys, they bring in a whopping 11% of Dubai's annual foreign direct investment, with nearly 2,700 companies joining partly in 2023 alone. This is definitely some serious numbers, isn't it? And guys, right now with over 24,000 businesses calling DMCC the home, Dubai is proving itself as a real hotspot for companies from all over the globe, isn't it? So listen guys, if you're someone who's trying to build something, let's say in the cryptocurrency, blockchain, artificial intelligence or gaming world, DMCC, that is Dubai Multi-Commodity Center, is the place to go. And if you're someone focusing only on cryptocurrency, blockchain or Web 3.0, look out for DMCC Crypto Center. And if you need any information guys, just drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now guys, let's discuss second news, and this is to do with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And this news guys was actually said by some of the business leaders at World Economic Forum that Saudi Arabia is at the forefront of artificial intelligence. So let me go ahead and give out more information guys, because Saudi Arabia guys is definitely making waves in the tech field, isn't it? Especially when it comes to artificial intelligence or AI. And Stefano Versa, who's a big shot at Alex Partners, thinks that Saudi Arabia is leading the pack as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. Now they had a meeting guys at the World Economic Forum, and there were 1,000 leaders from 92 different countries, and they were talking about artificial intelligence shaking up the entire industry. And Saudi Arabia is a massive player in it guys, and according to Versa, it's not only driving its own economy but also influencing the world economy. This, to be honest guys, is absolutely huge, but definitely not surprising considering the fact that there are so many developments taking place. And truth be told guys, investors are seeing Saudi Arabia's mega projects and the energy transition plans as well. So look guys, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is definitely leading the pack. And Simon Freakley, the CEO of Alex Partners, is talking about something called disruption, and artificial intelligence might just be one of the biggest disruptors, probably much more than Bitcoin and the evolution of cryptocurrency as well as in it. And artificial intelligence guys is definitely going to be a game changer, and it is not just about beating competition, it is about using data and AI to get ahead of the game. And let me tell you something guys, with Vision 2030 coming up, Saudi Arabia is definitely taking leaps and bounds, not just in artificial intelligence game guys, but also in the world of sports, isn't it? And right now guys, when you talk about boxing, the home of boxing is Saudi Arabia, and I tend to watch a lot of mixed martial arts and UFC guys, and UFC is putting up one of the sickest events in Saudi Arabia as well. So Saudi Arabia guys is definitely taking the center stage in the tech world, and it is definitely in for a wild ride. So what I'd really recommend you to do is guys, look at the technological advancements that are taking place in Saudi Arabia. And I do have a standalone episode guys where the entire podcast was actually written by ChatGPT 4, and I also cloned my voice. And that entire episode guys deals with artificial intelligence. And the craziest thing is guys, I haven't even listened to the episode, because what I want to do is guys, the entire thing I want it to be written, managed, even cloning of my voice to be done by artificial intelligence. So please feel free to go and check it out, as it talks about the role of artificial intelligence in Saudi Arabia and vice versa. So those were the news guys on the cryptocurrency, blockchain and artificial intelligence world from Crypto Inc. 88 from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestion, mention them in the comments below. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB, listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. I have a question by Claire who asks, how might the recent fluctuations in stablecoin volume and the dominance impact the stability of cryptocurrency market as a whole? This is an absolutely fantastic question, Claire. Now, fluctuations in stablecoin volume and also the dominance of stablecoins, to be honest, can definitely have a very massive impact in the overall stability of the cryptocurrency market, isn't it? And stablecoins, to be honest, according to me, are kind of like the anchor on the stormy seas of cryptocurrency. Because look, whether we like it or not, stablecoins have turned out to be a safe haven during times of inflation and even during times of war. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency haven't, because stablecoins definitely provide a safe haven during times of volatility, and they allow investors to easily move in and out of cryptocurrencies. Now, that thing being said, fluctuations in stablecoin volume is kind of like a barometer for investor sentiment, isn't it? A sudden surge in stablecoin volume often signals that investors are seeking safety, and this is possibly because they are nervous about the market conditions, I think. But on the flip side, Claire, a drop in stablecoin volume might indicate growing confidence and also willingness to take more risk. Now, if one stablecoin all of a sudden tends to dominate the market, it could actually raise some red flags. So think of it like putting all of your eggs in one basket And if something were to go wrong, something similar, let's say to the Terra Luna collapse, it could have a ripple effect through the entire cryptocurrency market, isn't it? Now imagine a dominant stablecoins, let's say Tether USDT were to go belly up. I've always said this, the impact might just be 25 times, much more than what the Terra Luna collapse was and the FTX collapse combined. So definitely an interesting question, Claire, and it's important to know that while it seems normal to see ups and downs in stablecoin activity, it is crucial to keep an eye on these fluctuations because they definitely give valuable insights into investor behavior and can definitely anticipate potential shifts in the market. So look, Claire, ultimately, staying informed about stablecoin trends allows us to make smarter decisions and better navigate the ever-changing world of cryptocurrency, to be honest. So definitely an excellent question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestion, mention them in the comments below. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East, from the cryptocurrency, blockchain, and artificial intelligence world. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and please feel free to go and check out my website. That is www.blockchaindxb.com. Have a nice one. Bye-bye.